What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Find My Doer party. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. What is one thing that you wish that you could delegate right now? Drop it in the chat. What's one thing that you wish? Video editing. Oh my gosh. Woo. Setting up funnels. Oh my goodness. You guys, I've set up 14 funnels. When I first started, how many of you guys are wearing all the hats right now? You're like the front person, the salesperson, the tech person, the funnel person. You're just the person, right? Someone say the person. You're doing everything, right? And the problem is that when we're doing and wearing all the hats, we can't operate in our zone of genius. So I have this thing called revenue generating tasks. Okay, so to be successful in the world of high ticket coaching, consulting, speaking, all this, stuff, we have to stay in our zone of genius. And what happens is when you're doing all of the admin stuff, you get, I don't know about you guys, but I'm an introvert. Is anyone else an introvert here? I am an introvert, and what that means is I do extroverted things. Like right now, I'm doing extroverted stuff. So I have to protect my energy. And so when my energy is sucked up with the admin and emails and responding to this and that, I don't have time to show up online because I only have limited energy to show up online. Like, how many of you guys got to work yourself up to go live and work yourself up to go on YouTube and or Facebook? So you can't like destroy that energy. You can't waste that energy because we only have so much energy. So what I found out is I was basically doing all this admin stuff. And then guess what, guys? I didn't have energy for like my business. I didn't have energy for my family. Let's be honest. Like it was just too much. I'll be in the office for hours and hours a day. So it was like there was a time I decided to not have a VA for 8 months, and I really felt it. Even though I was like, oh, I'm going to use AI. AI was like ChatGPT. I was like, oh, I'm going to have that replace my assistant. Guess what, guys? Someone still has to prompt in AI. Someone still has to go back and forth. AI makes mistakes. Someone still has to do all this work. I still found out I was doing a lot of work. And so that period of time was not the best either. So basically, I realized that getting a team, being able to delegate, and you don't have to have a team. I have a team of 3 front facing and 2 back end VAs. That's only because I've gotten to this point. But when I first started, I just had 1 VA and it was a game changer. So, how many of you guys would love to learn exactly what a VA can do for you in your business? Okay. Before I do that, I want us to figure something out real quick. We're going to do a buy back your time exercise. Now, I know most of you guys work for yourself, right? Do you guys work for yourself, self-employed? Okay. If you had to pick an hourly rate, type it in the chat. Like if someone was like, can I hire you by the hour? Like we're against hourly rates, but let's just pretend that we're excited with hourly rates. Put it in the chat. How much would you charge an hour? Someone says 100, 250, 25, 20. Okay. So yeah, this is your hourly rate. Now, imagine if you're stuck in admin task all week. I want you to times your hourly wage. Let's say most average admin is going to be like 20 to 30 hours a week. So someone calculate their hourly rate that they would like to be paid times, let's just say 25, times 25. Put it in the chat. The hourly rate that you would love to be paid, okay, times 25 hours a week doing admin tasks and doing things that's not in your zone of genius. So right now, someone put 2,500. I know math wasn't my favorite either, so we can use our calculator. So calculate the hourly rate times, wow, 6,250. Some big numbers here. And this is the number that's costing you by not delegating, by not having someone else help you. So just remember that. And if you times that by 4, because 4 weeks in a month, okay? So some of us are like, I think I could save it, but remember there's like time, peace, there's some other things that are not calculated, they're priceless, like your time. How many people know their time and their peace and their well-being is priceless? So there's some other things that are priceless, but if we have to really calculate our hours, just imagine this is how much you're leaving on the table every month, time that you could be actually getting clients, could be on social media, preserving your energy to do the things you do best. Wow, $10,000. And do you guys know the average, just so you know, I'm just an open loop, I don't think I pay more than $2,500 a month for my whole team. So that's like 5 VAs, 4 VAs. So it's just imagine. So if you can look at that and see where you're not, using the best of your time. Okay. So basically, a doer, why do we call them a doer? Because they're doing the things that we don't want to do. Now, let's love them. Let's bless their hearts. Thank you. They're people. How many of you guys are stuck doing things you don't want to do? So this is how you get a doer to do the things you don't want to do. So it's not just a task taker. Our doers are actually proactive, critical thinkers who keep the business moving while the visionary leads. Do you guys know that you guys are all visionaries? How many of you guys have some amazing ideas for your business, for your life, for your future, some amazing offer ideas? Now, imagine when that whole space gets all messed up with tasks like emails and funnels and social media content and workbooks and the list goes on and on. And you really can't stay in that space of your genius. So a doer can do many, many things for you. Okay. They can help you with operations and admin. They can manage your inbox, your calendar, your Google Drive. I have some amazing workbooks and all that, all thanks to Mona. I have some wonderful content. Every time I speak on stage, I have content right away to post. They can do so many great things for you. Managing your school groups. I mean, I don't even have to respond to emails right now unless they email me personally. It's been amazing. So they can manage your inbox, your calendar. They can help you with your media content, uh, video editing is a beast. Okay. So if anyone, I heard someone say it earlier, video editing is a beast. But what we do is we train them so they can use AI to make it faster. But you still don't want to do it because even when I'm video editing, even with AI, it still takes forever, right? You still have to do so many things. So they can help you with CapCut, media content, the script, YouTube, uploading things to your YouTube so your YouTube can be like right now I have one of my VAs doing all my thumbnails and another one of my VAs is constantly making like little reels and shorts from my masterclass contents. And anytime I speak somewhere, I always have content ready to post. Okay, I can't even keep up right now, right? They can also help you with your event and masterclass support. They can help you do you guys see Mona sharing the screen? How many of you guys saw her sharing the video? How many of you guys could imagine trying to do all that? Imagine trying to host this by myself today. I'd have to manage the screen. I'd have to play the video, let people in, I'd have to welcome people in the chat. It just would be a lot. So I have Mona playing the video, Mona introducing, Eileen's welcome people in the chat, Eileen's messaging people in the waiting room. While I'm just waiting, I just wait in the background and then I come on. In the beginning, I had to do this myself and it was a lot. Sending out the wrong link, messing with tech, not my tech was messed up. But now I have trained team that can help me so that I can actually show up and do master classes, do events. They can help you with marketing and leads. They can send out newsletters, opt-ins, group engagement. They can help you get seen on podcasts and speaking. Systems and tech. Do you guys know that we have VAs, doers that are building out full funnels? Like people are spending thousands of dollars on funnels. Our VAs are building funnels. So you can cancel the funnel person if no offense to anyone that does funnels, but literally your VA can do this. Like tons of funnels. You don't have to pay per funnel. They can do your funnels. They can do your automations, your workflows. So cool. They can also help you with client support. Is there anyone here that has a Facebook group or school group or anything like that? I have a school group and has 137 people in there. And trust me, if that was only me managing that, that would be a lot. So I have one of my VAs is a client success manager. The other one is my content manager, and the other one is I have an EA. I have two EAs. Then I have a back-end team that actually does my websites and funnels and things like that. So everybody kind of we have a team chat. Like I said, you do not have to have a team. This is just where I'm at right now. But when I first started, I had one VA doing all this stuff. Okay, personal assistant, things like that. Okay, so but guess what, guys? Ever since I got help in my business, that is when I started to move. Somebody say move. I just cannot imagine right now doing this by myself again. I just I don't want to. It's just so many things. I just delegate and have them do it, right? And I show up, I gotta go speak on stage. I gotta go travel over here. I gotta go all these places. Guess what? My business is not gonna be shut down. I gotta go to masterminds with Eileen. I gotta go to Myron Gold and stuff. Guess what? My business is not gonna stop because I have my business being worked on while I'm gone. How many of you guys would love to have that? You can't do anything. Your business has to be closed just because you don't have anybody else to do it. Okay. So this is the power of having a proactive VA. Like I said, they can help you with all of these areas. Okay. So I'm going to pause real quick because I feel like I've been talking. And I just want to get some reflections on where can you see from all the lists that I kind of listed, where a VA, like what's the place where you need the most help right now? Put in the chat, what place out of the 7 that I listed, let me kind of like list it again. Where do you see that you need the most help right now in your business? So the list is this. 1 is operations and admin, and you can just put the number. 1 is operations and admin. 2, if I say the name and it hits you, like, oh, that's it. Or you already know it, put it in the chat. Operations and admin, media and content, event and masterclass support, sales. Okay. You know the cool thing about sales? When you outsource the things you don't want to do, you can actually be the one doing the sales, because unless you need help with sales, you can actually get trained on sales. But I don't personally have my VAs do sales. I do the sales because I have a better sales closing rate, and that's not really what their expertise is. But guess what? I have them follow up. I have them send things. I have them onboard clients and things like that. So I stay in my zone of genius. I stay in the things I love to do, and I have them do the other stuff. Okay, I think I was going through the list and I started talking. So we have operations and admin, media and content. That's 2. Event and masterclass support, marketing and leads, system and tech, client support, and then personal assistant. Do you know you can have a VA as a personal assistant? I actually had one before. She would like look for hotels for me for my events. She just did a lot of stuff. I'm like, can you do this? Can you do that? Right. So you can actually have a personal assistant as well. So this is the cool thing about getting some help in your business, because what I see, the reason I'm so passionate about this, I don't know if some of you guys know, I was a teacher for a while. I got burnt out, and I was getting burnt out in every job, and I didn't know I was an introvert back then, and I was doing a lot of extroverted things. And so ever since I figured that out, protecting my energy and things like that, I wrote a dissertation called Building Resilience to Stress and Burnout Using Proactive Coping Strategies. And one of the things from my study too is getting support. That was one of the things that came out of my study. And this is what it is. So I'm passionate about this because it helps people to avoid burnout and get support in their business. Do you guys know that the number one reason why businesses fail, small businesses fail? Does anyone know? Put in the chat if you know. The number one reason why small businesses fail? Burnout. Burnout. Number one reason small businesses fail is burnout. And because I studied and wrote a dissertation on burnout, it's my duty to help business owners avoid burnout. So one of the things I created was this Find My Doer, which once again thank Eileen and them for seeing a gift in me and seeing that, you know, I was able to do this. And so this is what I'm doing now for the gift for the community, is helping you guys understand how a VA, a doer, that's the number one reason that they say, but the real reason is burnout. So let me talk to you, and I'm gonna look at the chat in a minute and kind of going this way and answer some of those questions. Let me talk. Is there anyone who has a question right now or any reflection before I move on? Let me look in the chat, see if there's anything I need to identify here in the chat or answer. Do you have a joint venture program? Yes, we can get you that, Karen. I've known I need a VA for years, but I've never known how to start, how to get the right person. We're going to definitely talk about that today. Yeah. All right. Okay, so cool. All right, so now I want to show you guys. Remember when I said my very first VA? Who would like to see her? My very first, does anyone want to see her? My very first VA, hold on real quick. And remember, this is why I have a team. I'm not like the tech person. So my very first VA, let me see if it even comes up. Oh, there it is. When I first started, oh, there goes share. See, this is why I don't do this part. Okay. And then I gotta share sound. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear her.
Great. Hello again, everybody.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear her.
Welcome. And thank you for coming to our speaking and coaching bonus session with Dr. Tibi Akinlesoto. And I'm Nikki Jerusalem Jokai, and I am Dr. Tibi's executive assistant, and I will be your MC for today's session. So once again, hello, everybody.
Okay, so that was my very first VA, Nikki, that kind of got attention in the community. And guess what, guys? I didn't have a co-host. I didn't have an MC. She MC'd me that day, and that was My very first six-figure day. That was and that was because I was finally able to think, figure things out, and not be the one doing everything. And so that was pretty cool. So that was Nikki. And so right now, I just want to kind of show you guys a walkthrough with tell you a little bit more about Find My Doer, and then just kind of go through the training portal, answer some of you guys' questions from the sheet. Somebody had asked a question and said, someone asked to understand the training process. Someone asked about the platform training and things like that. Would it be helpful for you guys to see the portal? So we created a portal that's for high ticket coaches and consultants doing the things we're learning from the Wilders. Okay. So it's very specific and it's helping people that want to get online, things like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you what that looks like and give you a quick walkthrough, and then I'll open it up for Q&A. So I'll give you a walkthrough and I'll also answer a couple more questions that I see here from previous questions. And then we'll also show you the hiring fair. Actually, tell me in the chat which one do you want to see first, the training portal. Okay, just tell us how. The training portal or the hiring fair. We have a clip of the hiring fair. Put in the chat, which one would you prefer to see first? The training portal? Okay. Training portal. Okay, cool. All right, so let's show you the training portal and then we'll show you just a short clip of the hiring fair and then we'll get right into it. You guys are my kind of people. Like, let's go. All right, here we go. So we have two things. So your VAs go through a dedicated training portal, everything that they need to know. They have videos, Loom videos for every single thing. We first talk about their job role. We'll go over professionalism, conduct, and confidentiality. We make sure they understand how important it is for them to keep your business confidential. We have understanding your employer's mission and vision. They'll go through that. They go through all these kind of self-care and resilience, time management, proactive work habits, being a leader, the time management, task management, proactive communication, tech setup, make sure they know what they need for tech. We make sure they know this ahead of time. Okay, we make sure they have all of the things, all their requirements. We make sure they have their Loom videos by their peers in there. We'll start off with a skills assessment so that they know exactly what skills they come in with. They have like a whole testing here they go through. They have the videos to show them. We have the skills practicals that they will practice doing videos and editing things and using AI and all that kind of good stuff. I don't know about you, but I'm very big on using ChatGPT properly. So we train them not just to copy from ChatGPT, but actually to look at it and read it and, put it in your employer's tone. We have advanced AI tools that we actually take them through as well, not just ChatGPT. They're going to understand different softwares. They're going to understand editing softwares, Descript, Vimeo, CapCut. They're also going to understand Opus Clips, how to use that. They're going to understand how to manage your Facebook or school group. Okay, all of this is already done. They're going to understand how to manage your Zoom. Okay, so we walk them through Zoom, and everything has like a practical. So they have to actually do something to show, and they have to send it in. Okay, we have a module about booking your employer for podcast interviews and speaking engagements. They're going to understand how to be an MC using Eileen Wilder's MC system. We actually have a whole nother training that I did live with VAs in here. So that's a training, that's a bonus. They get to practice some scripts. They also are going to, this is also the second part of that. They're going to understand Eileen Wilder's masterclass system. They're going to know what a bid is. They're going to know what to look for in your stuff. You don't have to like tell them. They're going to know about cold outreach, how to reach out to clients, how to follow up, send reminders, things like that. So and then they have like a full thing of resources. They have an SOP for everything, guys. Okay, so let me see if I can find the SOP here. So basically, we also have a VA community where all the VAs right now, they have their own support system in here. They're in here. They also have additional trainings that they can go through on their own. This is like their little safe space for like if tenured VAs are here and newer VAs are here and they can ask questions, they can apply for their certificate here. We have frequently asked questions and they have an amazing community as well here. So that is the training portal. And then let me actually show you, that is for them. So they have their own training portal and then we have a whole employer hub. So somebody say done for you. I know we're not used to done for you. Everything you need, training, contracts, employer guide, code of conduct, SOPs, completely done for you. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So this one is the employer hub. So as soon as you get it, you get the employer hub, which how to add your VA to the training portal is there. You get an ultimate guide for onboarding your VA. You get to download the guide here. You're going to have the job description. You guys are interested in the job description we put out when we vet the VAs? By the way, we vet the VAs. You don't have to look for the VAs. We look for the VAs. Very detailed job description. We are seeking a dynamic, proactive, and highly skilled virtual assistant to support our fast-paced small business. The ideal candidate is a critical thinker, self-motivated, reliable, detail-oriented. You should possess strong creative and analytical abilities coupled with excellent verbal and written communication skills. This role requires advanced proficiency in video editing, social media management, funnel workflow, blah, blah, blah. You guys can see it there. So basically, like, this is already put out there. We vet them and we go through a vetting process and then we bring them to a hiring fair. Okay. So then you're like, well, when they come to a hiring fair, what do I ask them? Well, guess what? All the questions are here. We have all of the questions that you need to ask them. And I lead, my team will lead the hiring fair and give you like examples, but you'll be able to download this and ask questions, what to look for in a good VA. You're also going to have a full onboarding checklist. Let me hurry up and get to that. Oh, how to pay your VA is there. Okay. So that's the ultimate guide. So, okay, well, now you're like, okay, I just hired a VA. Now what? Guess what? Don't worry about it. You're going to have a full onboarding checklist as well. Everything. Step 1, step 2, step 3, everything you need to onboard is there. Okay. We have the hiring contract. Like, you don't have to do anything. All you got to do is take out the logo, copy it, and you have a hiring contract. You put in your company stuff in there. We have the job description. Let's see, code of conduct, all contracts. Okay, contracts ready to go. I had someone hire someone, like the next day they were starting, right? Because they had the code of conduct, they had the hiring contract, they had everything that they needed to start. Okay. You're also going to have 30 and 60, 90-day milestones. What should your VA be doing? How do I know that they're doing the right stuff? How do I know? Are they being proficient? Guess what? We've done that for you as well. All of the milestones are here. Okay. Things that they should be doing, things that they should be proficient at after 30, 60, 90 days. How do you pay your VA? We've done all the work for you. You can basically download the paying your VA guide, which has a breakdown of screenshots and everything you need, whether you want to go through Wise, Western Union, Remitly, different options. How many of you guys know VAs have different holidays? So we have the holiday guide here so you can know their holidays. Okay. We also have their timesheet all ready to go. You could just literally just change, just have them use that or whatever. Okay. So pretty much everything's done. The skills assessment, task management is huge. Okay. So we teach our VAs to be proactive and manage their own tasks. So they have a weekly, what should they be doing when they first start? You're going to have a weekly and daily task overview that you can start looking at for your VAs, what they need to be doing and giving them tasks. If you struggle with delegation or struggle with, well, I don't know, I want to hire someone, but I don't know what they should be doing. Boom, everything's there. Okay. We have the task management spreadsheet where they're going to write down their own tasks and keep themselves accountable. Okay. We also have a Trello board if you want to use that instead. And like I said, all of the SOPs, every single SOP that they need, there's a Loom video for this is for you. You get to see everything that they're learning, and in their portal, they get to have an SOP for everything. So step by step. So you are going to spend no time, or the only thing you're going to train them on is your specific business. But as far as like getting them generally trained, having those kind of things, those things are already done. Okay, I'm going to pause. I need some reflection. So that is where we are. So let me know what your thoughts are. I just showed you the employer hub and I showed you the VA training portal as well. So can I just get a couple people put in the chat or raise your hand if you have any comments, questions? Okay, and I can get right into what this is all about, cost and everything here. And just there is a very special thing just for today. So if you can hang on, we're going to reveal that right now. There's just for the launch of this in the Wilder community, there's a special deal today. Okay, Karen, what's your question?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just on a call. I'm literally jumping on a call. So just really quick, how many hours per week is expected as a minimum? And also, what is the pay rate?
Okay, good questions. Love it. Give it up for Karen, guys. These are good questions. Okay, pay rate. This is the coolest thing. You negotiate. Okay, they're usually anywhere from like $4 to $10 an hour. Okay,
Okay.
you will negotiate that with them. The coolest thing about my company is I don't mark up anything. I don't charge a monthly fee. I don't charge a recurring anything. There's no contract. There's nothing with me. So that's the cool thing. And I don't know if some of you guys have been through other VA companies where they're literally $5 an hour, $4 an hour, but you're paying like 10 because they're marking every hour's up for their rate. You negotiate with your VA. Okay. Some of them are part-time, some of them are full-time. You have to negotiate that. So we have a lot of people here that have hired, not a lot of people, but if you've hired a VA, raise your hand. They're here. Some of them, I think Sylvia and Debbie are sharing a VA. So they went like part-time, one VA, and both of them are part-time, and that's working out for them. Some people are just having their own VA full-time. So you negotiate that. So what we just charge for is the vetting process and all the done for you stuff, all the contracts, all the portal and everything. So you can either do find and train, so you pay for that package, or just train. I already have my own VA, I just want the portal. And some people are doing that where they got VAs from other places, but they're not really trained in what we do, and then they get the portal. So, but there's no external fees, just those fees, and that's it, and no recurring fees. So
Awesome. If somebody could send those to me, I just have to be off now. Bye-bye.
okay, we'll send it to you, Karen. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's open it up for questions right now. So how do you make your money from this? Okay. Yeah, girls got to get paid. Good question. Okay, here's the thing. So you guys want to know? Somebody say I want to know. Looks like you guys just want to get to the point, right? You guys are a good group. Okay, so here's the thing. How many of you guys have ever been through another VA company that does charge like a monthly fee or they mark up the rate? Or is this you guys' first time? You've seen them? Okay, how I make my money is you pay one-time licensing fee for the year. You pay for the vetting process and all the done for you components, and you pay for the portal. And that's how I make my money. That's it. I don't make money on their salary, and there's no long-term contract with me. Okay. All right. So that's its own license, portal fee, whatever you want to call it. Okay, vetting fee, everything's done for you. There's no other monthly rates or anything like that. You come to the hiring fair, you hire, you pick a VA, and you pay them. Okay, you work with them. If you're not happy with that VA, which I've not had anyone yet, we actually have a 100% success rate right now, to the glory of God. Now, so this isn't a guarantee or anything like that. If someone is not your personality type or it just didn't work out, come back to the hiring fair, pick up another one. Okay, but I would say give them notice though. You got to give them notice, hey, it's not working out, things like that. But that's it. We have hiring fairs. I think it's a good time for Mona to show the hiring fair clip so you guys can see what that looks like. And then you just hire the VA and then you get released the portal and you just pay the fee and that's it. Okay. So Mona, let's just play that video real quick and then we'll open up for any other questions and then we'll just see who's interested, right? All right, go ahead, Mona.
Hello, everyone. Okay. So, hi, I'm Glamel from Pangasinan, Philippines. I specialize in building booking funnels and supporting lead generation for coaches and service-based businesses. I work inside Go High Level, setting up opt-in pages, booking flows, email nurturing sequences designed to guide leads toward.
If you have a task, maybe you're struggling on a task and you're not really sure what to do, what's your solution? What's the first thing you do?
if I have a task that I don't know what to do about it, I usually do some research, especially if I don't know what steps I need to do next. So I do watch YouTube tutorials or research on Google, and also use AI tools to do some deep research on that specific task. Or I can even ask my community regarding those.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you.
So, hi. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon on your end, and good morning to our virtual assistants here, to my fellow virtual assistants. Hi, I'm Rodrigo B. Madrazo. With over 6 years of diverse industry experience, I bring a unique blend of skills and expertise to the table. My professional journey has been, driven by a passion of excellence in various fields, including accounting, social media management, graphic designing, marketing, SEO, and content creation. So this multifaceted backgrounds allow me to provide a comprehensive solutions that are both creative and strategic. So I hope that one of you guys will, get to know me more, and let's dive into business. Thank you.
All right, well, I like that introduction. Good job, Rodrigo.
Are you ready to partner with a proactive, reliable, and highly skilled doer who will move your business forward? Join us for the Find My Doer Hiring Fair, where you'll meet pre-screened virtual assistants, watch Dr. Tubi's ninja interview method in action, and potentially walk away with your next doer, all in one event. What makes this fair different? No job posts, no endless interviews, and the strongest candidates are already selected for you. Start the event with a powerful training session from Dr. Tubion. How to interview a VA effectively. What to look for in a true doer. How to onboard with confidence. And how to train your VA for efficiency, reliability, and long-term ownership. Who can participate? Paid Find My Doer VA scouting clients may participate in breakout interviews, and everyone else is welcome to attend, observe, learn, and prepare for future hiring fairs. Seating is limited. First come, first served. Pre-registration is required. Join us for the Find My Doer Hiring Fair.
All right, so that's just a little clip. One time we had like 16 VAs. We've had like 4 hiring fairs now. So far, I think we only had 1 or 2 people that weren't able to pick up hire, maybe came a little bit later, weren't able to get a VA that day. They came to the next hiring fair. We've done some private interview. We don't really like to do that way, but in case someone really needed one right away, we were able to just set them up with a private interview. But what we do is we have a hiring fair. People come in. You see all the VAs there. They have VA behind their name. We prep all the VAs. We vet them and go through a whole screening process. So if they can't even come to the interview, they're already screened out. So we don't want you guys to deal with that. We ask them some questions. We look at their resume, their portfolios, and then we organize them by skill set. So we have people that are like funnel builders, social media, and all that. And we look at what you guys are looking for. They come in and they share their portfolio. We didn't show it in this video just to protect some of them already hired. So we didn't want to like share their portfolios right now. But what we'll do is they will come in and they'll introduce themselves. And then I guide the first session with a question. Sometimes people are like, I don't know what to ask. I'll ask the first questions. They will show their portfolio and they'll show you their work. And then if you like, you'll be listening. And if you like a VA, you start writing their names down. And then you go to a breakout room and you interview them. If you like them, you let us know. Boom, they're hired. They're off the market. And that's what we do. And we go first come, first serve by how you jump into the program. So if you're like one of the first people, we're going to give you a number and say, okay, if you're like someone takes action, don't have time to think about it, and you're like, okay, you know what? I need a VA right now. Like yesterday, you would just go in right away. You'd be one of the first ones to pick a VA. If you don't find anyone in the hiring fair, then you can come back to the next hiring fair and you can keep coming back. You can just keep coming back until you find within that year, until you find a VA. So far, everyone has had success so far. So I do have some people here. I'll just let them I want to honor their time, and then I'll go into the Q&A. Is Greg still here? So I said I'd call him up, and I think it's like past, like in the first hour. We have Greg, we have Debbie, we have Sylvia. Is there anybody else that's a Michelle? We have quite a bit of people that have hired their VAs through Find My Doer. So Sylvia, go ahead.
Well, first I want to thank you, Dr. Tubi, because what you put together changed completely my business. I mean, hire a doer is just, I'm not a tech person, and I hate show up on social media and every day post something. And my doer saved me so much time. Is unbelievable. She knows how to do funnel. She uses so many apps, Canva. She edit video. She does everything for me. So thank you for put together all this one. Really appreciate it, because now finally I can put my focus on produce stuff that I am good at it. That is for me, for my business, and delegate the doer to do whatever I'm not good at it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I suggest
Wow, thank you, Sylvia. Give it
everyone
up
to
for
have
Sylvia,
someone.
please. Wow, thank you, Sylvia. All right, see Michelle. Let me just hear from is there anyone else that'd like to say anything that's hired to Find My Doer? And then I'll just let people know what it is. Debbie, and then I'll open it up for Q&A.
Well, Sylvia and I are sharing the VA, and my VA is just absolutely fabulous. When I first attended Dr. Tubi's, or thought about attending it, I thought, no, I'm not going to attend it because I'm not ready yet. But Dr. Tubi said, we were having a conversation, said, oh, just go ahead and attend it anyway. And I'm so glad I did, because I decided during that hiring fair to go ahead and take the plunge. And it has been absolutely the best thing I've done, not just for my business, but for my life. She has freed up my mind so much that so I've had her for 2 months. My mind now is so much freer to be the visionary that I know that I am, and the ideas that are coming. She's doing so many things for me, and creating landing pages and posting on social media. Oh, I don't even have it all in my head, everything she's doing, but it's just been an incredible, life-changing thing for me. So thank you very much, Dr. Tubi.
Oh my gosh, give it up for Debbie. Yes. All right, thank you, Debbie. All right, Michelle.
I'll make it quick. I would say do this. I was like, Debbie, I wasn't ready, but I jumped in anyway. Raina, who is online with us now, is amazing. I think the thing I'll add is she thinks of things I would not think of. So not only does she free up my mind by doing the work, but she's already ahead of me. So she has taken me farther than I would have gotten without her.
Wow. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Michelle. I know Raina, I went to one of your master classes, Michelle. Raina was doing your emceeing, and she was just doing a lot of cool things. So that was amazing. All right, is there anyone else here that's hired a Find My Doer that wants to say anything? So, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and okay. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Does anyone have any questions, or you just want to get right into it? Any questions? Can the doers make phone calls and follow up? Yes, you can have doers make phone calls. I have had my 3-year journey with Eileen. I think I've had one of them I hired. All she did was my follow-up calls and things like that. Now, we do have some of them that, if that's a requirement for you, I would say when you come to the hiring fair, look for one that has like the best English or something like that that's important for you. Oh, I communicate with them. We have a group chat. We're on WhatsApp. You get their phone numbers, emails. All of them mine have like company emails. They all have their own individual emails. I also have just their phone number. Literally, if you see our WhatsApp messages, it would be like so crazy. It's just like, and they check in, good morning, and then what's your name? They have their task, and it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? I could be in the car and be like, oh, can send this email. Da, 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 da. So they're all used to me now. They, I love them and bless them, and so we just communicate. Okay, so they become like literally part of your family sometimes. Yeah, so just communicate the best way. The thing about it is, like I said, there's no middleman. If you guys have been with other companies where it's like, I was with this company that they're still charging me today, which is so crazy. I've been gone with them. And it's like, I have to call my bank and everything. I can't even talk to my VA. I can't do anything without going through the company portal, without doing this and without doing that. None of that here. You get your VA's phone number, their email. I don't have anything to do with except for vetting them, doing the training portal, bringing them to the hiring fair. You hire them and they're yours. We give them extra support in the community. Once they're done with the training portal, they get a certificate. And many of them have been very, very happy because they love our community. They love the coaches. They just love the way we treat them. And we're building a different kind of environment for these VAs. They want to show up. They just love their employers. Okay. So there's no middleman here. So you just get to do what you want in your business. Isn't that cool? You get to do what you want. Okay. So any other questions? I don't know if I missed any in the chat before I go ahead and just let you guys know. Oh, WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. WhatsApp, email. Okay. This is the time for me to answer any questions before I go ahead and just let you guys know how to get in today. So nobody has questions? Okay, cool. Karen, you have a question? How can we prep for the fair? Okay, how much do you verify their work after? How much do you verify their work after? What do you mean, like work after? Like work after the... Okay, let me answer the first one, then you tell me what you mean by that. Prepare for the fair is once you jump into, if you jump in today, everything's like, as soon as you jump in, you get the hiring guide, you get everything, the interview questions, everything. We have already started vetting. We have quite a bit of VAs coming this time. So all you need to do is just figure out what questions you want to ask. I will start the session by introducing them and ask, like, they will all introduce themselves. I'll ask like a clarifying question. And then you just prepare by picking the VA you want to hire and taking them to the breakout room. Like I said, all the SOPs are done. While they're in the training portal, you can figure yourself out. So that's a cool thing. They get to go through the training portal and then you can figure out what else you want to do. I would give them about 30 days to go through the training portal. But the cool thing is that they can also be doing tasks for you while they're going through the training portal. I know Lynn's not here right now, but when she hired hers, like the next day she had a funnel. I was like, she just talked all over the place. Like it just took her like 2 days. She had a funnel. I'm like, I have another person named Bill. Like he was stuck for like almost over a year, not being able to do anything. As soon as he got a VA, he's like having content and all this stuff. So the best way to prepare is just follow the thing when you get the download the guide, and then just look at the interview guide and just come to the hiring fair. Okay. I hope that answers that. So we've taken away all the heavy lifting. We've taken away the heavy lifting. You don't have much to prepare. Quality of what they've done, that is done accurately. How much management do you find that? Okay. So one thing I noticed that it's about communicating with the task and the instructions ahead of time, what you want them to do. So clearly communicate what you want. And then I have my VAs check in like every hour as they're doing tasks. They have their task management system. I give them, hey, do this, and here's what I'm looking for. And then if there's anything like you need to be corrected, you just correct it, and then they redo it, right? So it's communication, so there's there is a learning curve. Sometimes you have to make sure that they learn your standard. Everybody's standard is different. I am super, super picky. So anybody that works for me is like, bless their heart. So some of these VAs are like killing it and crushing it. But like when they work for me, it's like, I am like so detailed. I have an event company and I catch every mistake. So bless their heart. Can we give it up for Mona, Eileen, and Shadrach for putting up with me? They've been amazing. So literally, and I created the training portal with that kind of thing in mind. So you're welcome. With like details. Okay. So if you don't care that much, you might be like, wow, this is amazing. But it is going to be like, you're going to communicate what you want. Say, hey, create me a flyer, create me this thing, or like Olivera's here. Her VAs just do things. Like actually, it's so funny. Olivera's VAs manage her. So I don't know if she can speak, but like she already spoke, so I won't even put her on. But Anne is here. They like create the workbook for her. They're like telling her what time the meeting is. She's sending her VAs to meetings on her behalf. They're amazing. They're like proactive, and it's so funny because they're like managing her. I have some other people where their VAs are managing them. So yeah. So I mean, it's just going to be based on the situation and the relationship. Okay. Any other questions before I just tell you guys what it's all about, like what it is? Any other questions? Okay. Can I see some excitement though? Can you put some emojis in the chat? Because like, yeah, please. Yeah, we need some excitement. Like you guys are, yeah. Okay, let's be excited. Okay. So basically, like I said, today only, special rate. We're going to drop it in the link in the chat. But wait, before I do, let me remember like my fast action and all that. So you're going to get if you want us to, there's 3 options. Let me drop this link. There's 3 options. The best one is find and train if you want us to just find and train them. If you already have a VA, you can do the training portal alone. If you want to build a team and want more than one VA, pick that one. So the first 15 people pay in full will get an additional 20% off. So don't sleep on it. When we drop it, everything is like, it's like 2497 or something like that for one of them. The other one's 2497. So if you want to jump in and you're like, you want to pay in full, boom. If you want installments, you just pick installment payments. When you go to that section, it'll break it up for you. And that's it. So I'm going to like drop it in the chat. There's only 15 of those coupon codes. When they're gone, they're gone. And also I have this playbook that I train organizations with. It has like so much great stuff in there. Communication scripts, like I can't even tell you, like it's just amazing. It's called the Visionary Leaders Playbook, Unlock the Power of Delegation for Maximum Efficiency and Productivity. The first 5 that I see come in will get this. I normally retail this for $97. We'll also get this playbook, okay? So drop the link. Is anyone here not from the Wilders? Because this is strictly for like the Wilders. So if you're here, I have to give you a different link if you're not from the Wilders. Is anyone here not from the Wilders? Okay, drop the link, Eileen. And then if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. Oh, LaTanya, Eileen, can you drop that separate link for LaTanya? Okay, put it in there if you're not from the Wilders. She's gonna give you a different link. You still get the same deal. Thank you to the Wilders. You'll still get the discount, but it's a different link. So Eileen will send you that link. Did you guys hear me say it's a different link if you're not from the Wilders? Okay, so Eileen, send it to LaTanya, Tracy, if you're not from the Wilders. Everybody else, click on that. Let me know if you have any questions. It breaks it down there. And everything's automated. As soon as you are in, you get the guide, you get released the training, the employer hub, you get released everything, and you'll get a confirmation for the hiring fair, put it on your calendar, all of that good. And it goes, remember, it's first come, first serve for the first people that, as the names come in, those are the people that will hire first at the hiring fair. Okay, so we'll just take turns and those people will get to hire first. And I'm just here in the background. If you're looking through. Okay, yes, so let me explain. So it's $24.97 for just the training portal, and all the done for you stuff is $24.97. Then if you want to vet, and so there's train only, find and train, and build my team. So if you do find and train, it's going to be $24.97 and $24.97. And this is it. There is no other monthly fee. There is no other markup. This is it. Okay. So you can either already have a VA and just want to train, put them through the training portal, or you want us to vet and train the VA as well. Then you pick the 2. Last time we had 16 VAs. I think we're going to try to have at least 20 or more VAs. So we try to have more VAs. Depending on how many people come in, we try to have more VAs than employers, okay? So that you can have more choices, okay? Is there any questions I can answer?
Dr. Tubi, can I pop in?
Sure.
It's Olivera. I've been trying to get my microphone undone while I was driving. I couldn't do it. So I just want to say, can I just say what I think about VAs, just if someone's on a fence?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I have one VA, came from Dr. Tubi's door. And then before that, I hired another one who wanted to go to Dr. Tubi's door program because she saw how good it was. So they're both here on a call, Drea and Anne. And I can't I can't brag enough about them to anybody that I talk to, because the brain space that they freed up in my head, just that is worth the money. I wouldn't even think, I didn't think twice having two VAs. So I'm paying from my savings because I know that they will bring me money sooner than if I've been doing by myself for the last 5 years, chasing my own tail, trying to learn their job through so many courses. I can't even mention money that I spent on courses trying to learn VA's job, which actually, when I did the math after hiring them, even though I have two of them, it's less money than all the courses I took to actually learn someone else's job, which never worked. Another thing is that when you hire a VA, you're not just hiring VA as a helper, you're hiring a human being. I want to say Drea made me after I attended Dr. Tubi's program event a few weeks ago, I had total transformation. And this weekend I said, I just need to empty my brain. Drea made me, this is the second time she made me 11-minute meditation to relax, to not worry, that they have my back, to take all the time I need to find alignment with my offer. So I just want to tell you that they're amazing. And Drea already has 5 books going on for me, just pulled from my parties and online, like master classes or our online meetings. Everything I ever said, she's just putting them together without me even saying a word. It's all her initiative. And both Anne and Drea did for other people, help other people in this community because they asked them. So I just want to say that, don't think twice. Again, I should be the first one worried because I'm not having money coming in, and I'm not worried because I know how much they helped me relax, that I can actually focus on things where I'm good at. So that's all I have to say. If you're thinking twice, don't even think about it, just do it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Olivera. She's so amazing. Thank you. And money is on the way. She's been doing master classes. She's running ads. She's getting her messaging. She's figuring it out. So yeah, money is on the way. So thank you, Olivera. All right. Any other questions? Comments? Let me see what someone's saying here. Is this a different Dr. B? Dr. Barbara? Did we get the questions answered? For how much hiring the VAs on top? You're going to negotiate that with them? I mean, I guess I could be completely transparent with what I pay my VAs. I have one that's like, $6 an hour. I have one that's like on a monthly basis. I pay a couple of them like $600 a month. I pay my back end team. I think my back end team is the most expensive because she actually does, I don't know if you guys have seen my website, Dr. Tubi's Diary. She created that. She's actually going to start helping me with ads. And she's like a ninja at all this stuff. So they're like my back end, and they're like the most expensive. And I think I pay them $850, and there's a team an hour. And then I do them per project. So that's different than my front end VAs are full time. So like I said, you're going to negotiate, but anywhere between, if you want a really good one, I would say plan for $6 to $8 an hour. But you're going to work that out with them in the breakout room. Good to see you, Wayne. All right. I just wanted to stay on here because there's any other questions. And I want to thank you guys so much. Oh, the time saver. Drop that in the chat, Eileen, the free time saver assessment. Here's our email address. Can you type our email address in the chat too, Eileen? customercare@aboveonlyleadership.com. If you have any other concerns after this, you can feel free to email our team, customercare@aboveonlyleadership.com. If you want to grab that email address, okay? And thank you for those that have jumped in, and you should have everything should be automated. You should get the welcome, and you should have the information. The hiring fair is Thursday, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 7 a.m. Philippine time for the VAs. Okay. Anybody need anything else before we hop off this call? All right, was it useful? Was it helpful? Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys, those of you jumping in, I'll see you at the hiring fair. Thank you.
I'm used to being in a position where I delegate everything. And I think what was happening is I was getting lost in all the emails, all of this, all of that. And that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to saying, 3 student helpers, here, do this, do this, do this, do this. And they do it. Raina is going on and she's joining all these groups on Facebook. We already have 1 registration for the masterclass because of it. And she's delightful.
I just can't resist not to say how much this means to me. First of all, to thank you for this genius idea that you actually, you vet the VAs for us. And for me, that's priceless. For years, I've been stuck since 2020. I've been chasing my tail. I was paying courses so I can learn how to do the job that VAs are doing, how to do the emails, how to do the funnels. And actually, by the time I finished the course is already, it already changed. And I spent, so now when I look back, the money that I spent in those useless courses where I was trying to learn someone else's job, if I paid back then VA, I would have saved thousands of dollars. I'm talking 5 figures, literally. I mean, with no exaggeration. Now, when I put Map Now back, I hired Anne. Anne Fabienne is here. And she is not only Fabienne, she is fabulous. And when she came in, that started moving the needle. And her and I have actually another VA who actually channels me. And she was so that she makes my work easier on Anne, because you know how I go 1,000 miles per hour because of my brain. So now Anne is doing, if I would say she's implementing, she's doing technology, she's doing my Instagram. If someone can actually notice the moment when when Anne came in, they can notice the difference on my Instagram, and that's priceless. I've been spending 17 hours literally on a single reel that is maybe 30 seconds, and sometimes I delete it because I pressed the wrong button. So now, honestly, literally, I can't tell you how many weeks or months I wasted just on that. So Anne came, she saved my life. I want to say that I didn't even realize how much tension I was carrying in my brain. I feel like almost, when you crawl your feet, that's how my brain was twisting with things I tried to figure out. And I didn't even realize how much brain space it kind of emptied once when Anne came on. And I have Drea, Drea will help me write the book. She's basically picking up everything that Anne, let's say I create content, I give it to Anne, Anne posts it out. Now Drea goes and filters, and she's already putting things together for potential ebook for the masterclass, for everything. So we are creating everything right away. We're already finding our roles. And I can't tell you, like in last 2 months, we moved the needle. We're actually now, Anne is running ads for me. I don't necessarily even know. She just tells me I need this. We meet pretty much every day. And on the other hand, I just feel like I have now like 2 daughters basically. And I say that because I know like I'm older, I can be their mom. So I feel like I'm checking in with my children every day, and we are in touch. So it actually kind of brought new dynamics in my life, because my kids don't live with me. So I feel like now I have 2 daughters I can touch base with. So it's just on any single level, it's like genius. And I want to say also that I didn't hire anybody. I never dared hiring anybody through Fiverr. I know it was always there, but I didn't trust. How do I basically, you bring people into your computer, into your phone, they know your life. You need to trust them. And when you vet them, I know I can trust anybody, so I give them my life. They know all my passwords. It's all, I can't thank you enough, Dr. Tubi. So if someone is thinking of, I'm going to tell you, whatever price, whatever investment that is, I invested, and it's priceless, because I forever have now that training. Now Drea is taking the training through the portal because she sees how Anne is doing, so she wants. So now I will have them both on the same page, and it's good because Anne is in Philippines, and she's now currently in the United States, but Drea and I are on same time zone. So if one doesn't work, we actually alternate every weekend who's working with me for my parties. So it's genius on any level. So thank you, Dr. Tubi, many, many times over. And if anybody's thinking twice, I will tell you, don't even think twice. Jump on it. And Dr. Tubi didn't pay me for all this. I'm just saying because Dr. Tubi made my life easier on many, many levels as she does every day. You asked us kind of like what are our needs? So we almost kind of had a wish list, but basically make a wish list what you need, what's your like must have. Because our first VA that I hired, she didn't know a lot of things. She said, I can learn. When I told her that this is what I need, I walked her through it. She almost, you remember, she just kind of, I never heard back from her. And then I found Anne. So I told Dr. Tubi, I will pay, look for me. I don't want to like anybody below the $10 basically per hour and go higher.
Yeah.
I was willing to pay more. If you're thinking of money, let me just put in perspective for all of you. I didn't make money for the last 15 years. I've been living off of my savings from like I've sold the house and I'm now paying from that money. Basically, my house became condominium now with all these programs and stuff, but eventually it will pay off. And I can feel the girls I call them girls basically, and they're pushing me up. I can feel that, and they care for you. So when you're hiring VA, don't forget you're hiring a human being that eventually will care for you, and they will do anything for you. I see how Anne is breaking her I mean, she has a baby, and just had a baby 2 months ago. And she's like sometimes up in the middle of the night just because I'm saying something I'm asking. And I also want to thank you, Dr. Tubi, for saying that you are picky sometimes, because I always apologize to Anne and address it. I'm sorry for being so picky, but can you make it this way? So they will listen, and Anne just says, no problem, got it. So don't think about, money is not a problem. When they will make you bring money sooner.
So as many of you know, if you don't know, oh my gosh, you've been under a rock, because I love my assistant Gail. She's also AKA Gabrielle in here. And I got to go to the first hiring fair, and I cannot even believe that I found her. It was a total godsend. And we like made the contract the same day, and then the next day she was already starting. She just is so awesome. And that's just the kind of hiring process that, or pre-vetting process that Dr. Tubi has, because you really got to be committed probably to be going through her application. Would you say, Dr. Tubi? Yeah, you got to be a committed person to be considered. And you could tell, because there was a lot of quality people in that room already in the first one, and I've seen many quality, upstanding VAs even since then in the other meetings that she's had in the hiring fairs, and I know that she has a ton more. In fact, I just keep hearing more and more people wanting to apply for it, because they're probably sharing, and I'm sure Gail will chime in on this, is sharing, hey, did you hear about this group that has probably good people helping run it, and has a heart for helping others, and is not just treating us like disrespectfully. Hopefully that's what they're hearing. And she's just helped me with everything, with reels, during the like, what is it, vacation time, when we had it was Christmas time, and she was like helping put together a website for me, and so that I could actually just go to a movie with my family, rather than trying to be the business hustler that sometimes we have to be at the very beginning. And it's like, okay, oh, she gets it. I'm just gonna chill and relax and just trust the process. And then after the movie, there was like already the makings of something so beautiful, and her catching the vision. And of course there's going to be communication that needs to happen, but you'll figure that out as you go. Like sometimes I'll have said something and she'll have totally thought I meant something else, and I'm like, oh, my bad, that's not what I what I was meaning, and I have to change it up, and be like, yeah, that was on me. So yeah, communication, but we get to talk pretty much every day. It's like we're always like good morning to each other, and then it's like a nice sign off, and because that's how amazing that they are. And I will say this, if you happen to not have somebody amazing at first, and it depends on their heart, like if you're like, I can tell that they really want to help, they want to learn, they're trying to catch it, like you could continue to work with them and develop that. But if you have somebody, and I'll say this of a different program, is that a different program somebody was a part of had a huge upfront fee, a monthly agency fee, and she was like paying all this much every single month, and yet somebody would spend like 3 days trying to figure out their Google Calendar. And that's unacceptable. I really had to tell her, like, oh no, that doesn't work like that. And then they catch you and they say, well, you need to give 30 days notice or whatever. But they get signed on with this agency, and they're not, sometimes you get gems, okay? But sometimes they're not fully committed because they're with an agency that's going to continue to pay them. Whereas you're going to have that independence to work out how structure the pay with them. And then you can always, when you buy Dr. Tubi's program, you already have the program, and you could consider somebody else, or if you already have somebody in mind, or go back to a hiring fair with her. Like, she's not going to leave you stranded, and want to make sure you have somebody who's quality, unlike this person who had to keep trying to say, I'm not getting much help here, and it was hard to meet with them, and it was this whole back and forth and in between where you could just directly meet with the right person for you. So yeah, I can't say enough praises. Every single day I'm recognizing Gail because she's just so awesome. But yeah, Gail, do you have anything you want to add?
Hi everyone, I'm Gail. I'm Lean's VA. And honestly, one of the biggest blessings for me and Lean was the Find My Doer training portal. It hasn't just helped me, but it has honestly helped Lean as well and her business in such a powerful way. The training portal is incredibly detailed and structured. It walked me through everything step by step, from understanding the SOPs to learning how to co-host master classes and to confidently managing back-end systems and operations. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or unsure, I always have a clear place to go when I need guidance and want to improve my skills. And also, what I appreciate most is how it creates independence and confidence as a VA, because the training covers so many real-life tasks and scenarios. I am able to support Lean efficiently without needing constant training or hand-holding, which allows her to stay focused on what she does best, which are creating offers, serving clients, leading meetings, and growing her business.